we're going to talk about React. Hello everyone, we're going to talk about React or React.JS. React.JS is a framework developed by Facebook, and we use React when we want to create and work with complex web application or web pages. Let me give you an example. When I create, let's say, a web page for my portfolio or my CV, it's actually a pretty simple structure. I have to put the contents there, some text content, some images, probably some very basic code, and that's it. Now, that's a simple web page. When we are dealing with complex applications like Facebook, for example, you have like a lot of code running on that page, and you have lots of different components or widgets or small applications running on that web page. For example, you have a messenger box, which is responsible for chatting with your friends. You have like your post feed. You have like other areas of your Facebook application. This is a pretty complex web page, and it's actually made up of thousands of lines of code. So when we have to deal with this complexity, all these thousands lines of code, and actually we're talking about applications that are developed by many developers, we need to find some ways to make our lives easier. React is a framework developed by Facebook, meaning it's just a program, it's just a software that was written in JavaScript, and it enables many developers to work on a complex project such as Facebook and manage that complexity by using two main technologies. The first one is called JSX, and it's actually a new language that was created. It's a hybrid language made up of HTML and JavaScript. So what Facebook did was to take the HTML language and the JavaScript language, put them into a single language, and then we can use that to write and develop our applications a lot faster and easier. The other thing that the React framework provides is that we can break up our this kind of complex applications into smaller, different components. So for example, when I have to deal with the chat box, the messenger box, I can think of in terms of a component. I take all the code that is responsible for this little box and its functionality, I put it in a single folder, and I work on the code of this component. So I break up my application in different components, and a developer or many developers can work on that specific component without messing around with all the other things that are running on the web page. So it's a pretty smart and nice way to break up our complex applications into smaller units called components, and we can organize our code better, and of course the collaboration between developers in a much easier and more organized manner. In the beginning, React was developed inside Facebook for the needs of the Facebook application, but after a while they decided to open source the software to make it available for other developers to use. And since then, it has become one of the most popular front-end frameworks, and it's used all throughout the world by many developers. And it's actually one of the most important skills nowadays for a front-end developer. It's very high probability that when you are searching for a job as a front-end developer, you will be asked if you have some experience with React.JS. So apart from HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, nowadays React is also something that's asked and needed from a front-end developer. I hope this video helped you understand more about React, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.